And first at 11, Coach Harbaugh and the University of Michigan punting in a legal battle against his 3-game suspension by the Big Ten. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Duffy. Now the two sides settled on the eve of a now canceled court hearing. Harbaugh deciding not to fight the conference punishment over an alleged sign-stealing scandal. We'll see how it's playing out on campus in a moment, but let's start with sports director Brad Galley. Brad, what's the latest?
Jim Harbaugh will not be on Michigan's sideline this Saturday at Maryland and will not be on the sideline in the regular season finale against Ohio State. The public legal battle between Michigan and Harbaugh and the Big Ten is over. The coach is accepting the 3-game ban. Harbaugh will serve the suspension, and the Big Ten agreed to close its investigation into the program. That hearing that was scheduled at a Washtenaw County courthouse Friday is canceled as the case was formally dismissed. Michigan says Harbaugh accepted the suspension to put focus back on the players and their undefeated season so far. U of M has also made clear in its statement that the Big Ten confirmed that it isn't aware of any information that ties Harbaugh to the sign-stealing allegations. The legal battle that started a week ago really was brewing as soon as reports started swirling around the Big Ten potentially handing down a suspension before the NCAA's investigation was finished. That NCAA investigation, we should note, continues. Offensive coordinator Sherrone Moore will again serve as the acting head coach for both of the remaining regular season games. A win Saturday would be Michigan's 1,000th as a program.
I would say to me and to everybody else that'd be his win. It wouldn't count it as mine. So he's the head coach of this football team, and I'm just standing in there to make sure we don't mess it up. And for him, it's a super honor. He's led us to so many wins, and I'd count it for him as well.
Harbaugh has maintained throughout that he's had no knowledge of Connor Stalions' methods or actions in breaking down opponents' signals. According to Yahoo, the NCAA acknowledged what the Big Ten did, that Harbaugh has no ties to Stalions' scheme. But that's Harbaugh, and Yahoo reports the next step would be working to uncover what other assistants could have possibly known. Let's head now to Ann Arbor with 7 Action News reporter Brett Cast for reaction from the University of Michigan campus. Brett?
Well, Brad, as you mentioned, it is now official that Jim Harbaugh has coached his last game of the season at the Big House. And although fans have been bashing this process, even an East Lansing attorney says it needs to change. On campus in Ann Arbor, there's no escaping it.
Free Harbaugh.
The suspension from the Big Ten has many fans up in arms. Do you think this whole process hasn't really been fair for Michigan?
No, I think it's been a whole clown show, to be honest.
I'm slightly confused about why they're just accepting it. I think we should have at least put up some amount of fight.
But at least one East Lansing attorney thinks accepting the suspension to end the investigation was the right call.
So you think if Harbaugh went ahead and had this hearing tomorrow, he wouldn't have had much luck in getting his suspension overturned?
I think the winners would have been the attorneys who were billing by the hour.
Mike Nichols represented one of the MSU players in the tunnel incident. He knows firsthand the challenge of petitioning a Big Ten suspension.
The first thing a judge is going to say is, where's my power? I mean, you voluntarily joined this conference and agreed to these rules, which gives your commissioner all of the latitude to decide what's relevant and what to do if there's a violation that's determined.
But Nichols does feel the process wasn't totally fair to Coach Harbaugh. He argues in the age of NIL, conference punishments to players and coaches carries even more weight, and the Big Ten needs more due process.
I've got the manual right here on my computer. I've looked at it probably 50 times in the last year. There's no framework in there really for an appeal or a hearing, cross-examination, confrontation, even, a closing argument. There's nothing in there. And I think there probably should be.
I think that the NCAA thinks he's a liar and that he probably should have known what was going on.
Do you feel like he should have known what was going on?
Yeah, I sure do.
While the off-field arguments continue, the Big Ten's investigation is done. Fans now hoping the next merch tent to pop up on campus will be celebrating another title.
I just want to see some football. I think getting away from the politics of it is the best thing that can happen for the program.
We did reach out to Jim Harbaugh's attorneys, who declined to comment. In Ann Arbor, I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
All right, Brett, thank you for that perspective.